Can you believe it? Beautiful pasta salmon without using any cream, but a few cherry tomato here and there. So let's start. So in this video we're going to make a beautiful pasta with the tail of the salmon. We're going to cut it and make it with cherry tomato, you know, salmon with pasta, but without the cream, without something heavy. Make it light and simple, of course. So we can start by already putting water for the pasta because it's going to be very simple. You just need to cut the salmon, cherry tomato, start the cooking process. Nice amount of salt, yeah? Let it come to boil. Meantime, let's start cutting the salmon. Come closer, take a look. So, beautiful tail of a salmon. I'm going to cut from the back. This moment, I'm going to take the salmon. I have the thick skin. I'm just going to push the knife through and cut it through. Same thing on the other side. Beautiful. Same thing on the other side. When you have the meat, just cut a little bit under the flesh and start shaving the flesh from the skin. Flip it and beautiful. Now I'm going to cut it in half. This part as well. And so now, meantime we're waiting for the water to boil and we're already done with the salmon. I want to ask you one thing. All the bones and everything, keep. Make a nice stock, you know, with flavor and everything. I'm using, in this recipe, a stock that I made before from shrimps. You saw already a couple of recipes that I made on the channel that I'm using shrimp. I'm buying the shrimp with the shell, peel them and make a nice stock with the head and the shells themselves. This way you're saving a little bit on cost and also you have something to actually make now, you know, when you want to add a little bit extra with the pasta. We have a beautiful shrimp stock that we're going to use with a lot of flavors. So same thing with the bones of the salmon. Keep them, make a nice stock. If you need, freeze it, you know, and after that use it whenever you want. So we're going to cut first of all the cherry tomato in half. Beautiful. Put them here. Mix them with the garlic already, also crushed and chopped. So it's going to give nice flavor to the cherry tomato and the garlic going to give the nice taste to the pasta, you know. Mix. And chop already the parsley. When the water is already boiling, I'm going to lose the lid. Make sure again that you salted the water very nice and we're going to start cooking the pasta. And meantime the pasta is cooking. For how long? The package will tell us. 6 minutes by the manufacturer. So we're going to do it 5. You know, the 1 minute extra in the sauce and everything going to bring it beautiful to the point. So we can start work on the sauce. Pan 6, 7 out of 9 electric stove power. For the salmon we're going to add oil, salt, we need to add, and pepper. So mix the salmon, we're going to let it rest and we're going to start with olive oil. And when the oil gets warm, we're going to add the cherry tomatoes. Beautiful. So when the cherry tomatoes already starting to release smell of the garlic and the cherry tomatoes, we're going to add salt, pepper, and a little bit for the kickness, chili flakes. We're going to increase the heat to 7, 8 out of 9. Start roast them. And in the moment that you see that the tomatoes are not releasing any more juices and just caramelizing, we're going to add the salmon. At the moment when you add the salmon, We don't want to toss it too much because we don't want to break the salmon, you know. Just take the salmon and flip it on the other side. Make sure that the salmon is touching the surface of the pan and not just sitting on top of the sherry. Otherwise, you're not going to get any color, you know, and it's just going to steam. We want to give some color to the salmon also, and we're going to add wine. We're going to give it another 30 seconds and add the stock. If you don't have any stock, you can add some of the water of the pasta. Don't add too much because the water are salty. And if you already know that you don't have a stock, you know, in advance, just don't put too much salt in the vegetables, you know, the cherry tomato, the salmon. But if you want to learn how to make a beautiful stock for seafood, pasta and everything that you can use, let me know in the comments below. I will make a video on it. The smell is amazing. Beautiful. When the salmon is already firm and the pasta already cooked, strain it and add it to the sauce. Before you're going to stir it, a little bit more olive oil. You can turn off the heat already, you don't need any more. And touch of salt on the pasta. Again, this pasta from Puglia, read the ingredients, you don't see salt. And toss it. Beautiful. Now, fresh parsley and toss it again. At the moment when you put in the pasta inside the sauce, inside the pan with the salmon and everything, you can toss it. Before that, don't toss the salmon with the tomato sherry because the salmon is going to break. When you add the pasta is acting like a pillow, you know, like a mattress, so the salmon is not going to hit something too hard like the sides of the pan, and it's not actually going to break. So, time to serve. Whew. Nice. Plate, make sure everything is inside, yeah? And just time to enjoy. And don't forget the lemon, you know, a little bit lemon zest for the freshness. So, this is how you make beautiful pappardelle with salmon, easy and simple, and without a cream, you know. So, make sure to let me know what you think about it in the comments below. If you're new to this channel and you like this type of recipes, let me know, give the recipe a thumbs up, and stick around for a week or two, but don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, a little bit for the algorithm, you know, for the kickstart. So, thank you very much for watching. See you next week. I'm Andrei. This is ThinkOFood.